Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene and welcome to another Char Chat where I talk about something. Y'all, I got glitter all over me. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. I want to talk about when you're indirectly offended. That's what I want to talk about today. And the star of the show today is not that famous. Is Free Men Brightening Cucumber Peel Off Face Mask. And it's just what it is. It came from the Dollar Tree. My daughter has been using this for a long time. She's now on like her third container. And I said, let me try it. So I'm going to try it today. Directions: apply an even layer to clean, dry face, avoiding eye area, eyebrows, hairlines, lips. Leave on 10 to 15 minutes or until dry. So probably just will see just on my face, but it's all right. But anywho, so this is something that if y'all remember correctly, I used to talk about this a lot, about indirect posts, indirect statuses, indirect videos. It's just something that happens. And as social media grows, as people become more a lover of themselves, and as the love of many wax cold, you're going to see a whole lot of indirect stuff going on. And you're going to see an increase on direct stuff going on. Because people are getting bolder, and bolder. And this came back to my attention today as I was on Facebook, which if y'all been following me, I actually just got back on Facebook. Like I took a whole fast from it, and I literally just got back on, mainly because there are some other things going on that I want to be attentive to that are personal yet not so personal, I guess. Just some changes and stuff, and making sure I have contact with some people that I don't have contact by any other means. But anyway, so log back in, of course. And of course, as soon as I log back in, here come the foolery and a whole lot of stuff going on. Trying to make sure I got enough. But anywho, so I made a very general post, literally based on what I read in my devotion this morning. It was a 1-year devotion, and it's an old one. It was one that I found at the Goodwill one time, and I was using it at first. I'm like, I can read through the year with this, because that's literally what it is, like reading through the year. But then, of course, I ended up buying more devotions, and that one just kind of went by the wayside. But I guess that one got hard now. But anyway, that should be good enough. I think I'm all right. No, it ain't gonna be perfect. But anyway, so I made a general post, and my post said something like dishonoring or disobeying God is painful and has matter of fact, let me see if I can get it right quick, because I want to, y'all know I want to be exactly what I say. Let me see here. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try to hurry up. Okay, disobeying God will bring pain and consequences beyond your understanding. I didn't have nobody in mind. I wasn't thinking about myself. Well, like I said, I read a thing, and that was a whole concept right there, that disobeying God has consequences, which is a very true statement. But literally, as I was about to, I had logged back in just a tad bit later, maybe 8 minutes, and right there at the top, someone said, and I know this person, and it was like, I've gone through a lot, I experienced a lot, and although things may have gotten bad, I pressed through my circumstances. Now, y'all, I was like, okay, God help me. And y'all know I always pray for wisdom, because I could be wrong. I want to be wrong, but I don't think so. But I pray for wisdom all the time in these situations. And one thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, because my whole point of bringing this up is not to, say, oh, someone's picking on. No, I'm not. I'm so God has matured me beyond that point. What I'm on now is to teach. And what I want y'all to know about the situation is that in case you're in this situation where someone is always offended about you or what you say in general, or someone's always misinterpreting what you said, it happens to me a lot. I always told y'all since the beginning that I have trouble articulating myself, and it comes off wrong or indifferent or I don't want to say aggravating, confusing sometimes, because my mind be still trying to formulate, and I be want to hurry up and avoid the awkward silence, so I just hurry up and say something, but usually it ends up being a hot mess. So what I've learned to do is slow down, take a deep breath, then speak, and not focus so much on how fast can I respond, but how smoothly can I listen, if that makes sense. So in case you're in a situation where you're like me, you have trouble articulating yourself, people don't understand you, people always misinterpret what you say or offended about what you post, what you read, what you say, this is what came to me as I was experiencing this situation. One thing, nothing you ever would do would please and satisfy everybody. Please remember that. Second thing, just in case you could be wrong or misreading the situation, you need to remain silent. And this is one thing that we as Christians, for some reason, find it so hard to hold that self-control. It goes from, and we have different groups and different people where some people will, they bring God into it, and they say, well, God got my back, and God don't play about his children, or God don't play about me. And then they have, the scriptures and the things to back it up. And then there's the individual that is so sure of themselves that they indirectly defend themselves in a way where just as much as you can't really pinpoint and target, or they can't really pinpoint and target that you're talking about them, you can't pinpoint and target that they're talking about you either. Like, it's a two-way thing. Like, everything is, I think so. But the point that I'm saying is, you never know for sure. This is getting tight and it feels good. But anyway, you never know for sure. And because you never know for sure, that's more reasons to be quiet. Thirdly, y'all, this is a big one. Our life as Christians teaches. So everything you do, everything you say, everything you respond to, everything you write about, everything you post will be judged. Now, is all judgment righteous? Absolutely not. But that is more reasons to not be so quick to post or be so quick to respond to a post. There's been times where, after some careful consideration and some evidence, I find that something that I thought was towards this or that was actually wrong. So then I'm wrong. And I thought wrong. I almost responded wrong. It could have went way left. But I thank God that there has always been something in me that said, hold on, wait, don't be anxious. And maybe someone needs to hear that today. Do not be anxious about responding or retaliating to individuals and people based on what they say, what they do towards you. Like I said, social media is growing and feeding into negativity, drama, sales. And a lot of people are going to feed into that, and a lot of people are going to encourage that because it brings the views, it brings the likes, it brings the shares, it brings validation to them. Because it's like, hey, I'm included, and it's not about me. they say misery loves company, and people tend to want attention on them in a positive manner. Like, they want to seem like the bigger person in situations like that. So it's like, oh, that ain't happening to me. But the truth of the matter is, it can happen to each and every single last one of us, y'all. Like, any one of us can have that moment. Any one of us can misinterpret something. So this is why we have to be careful. And one thing I always used to hear when I was a kid was, if you're not guilty, why respond? Or, as we say down here in the South, a hit dog will holler. And we know that's true. You hit a dog, whether it be with your hand, a ball, a bat, a car. I don't want to be too... I love animals. I'm just making an example. But when you think about when dogs get hit, they holler. And you don't want to be hollering in vain. You want to make sure that you are a representation of Christ despite what someone's doing to you, whether it's directly or indirectly. And I get it. When people are mistreating you, or people are offending you, or people are taking advantage of the fact that you are a Christian and that you are kind and you are gentle and you are nice, God sees them and God will handle them. I say this all the time. God can hit a whole lot harder than I can. And I believe I can hit hard. So leave it at the master's feet. Let Jesus fight for you. Let him stand in defense for you. This is his expertise, standing on the right hand of the Father on our behalf. So whether he was in the physical body here or he's there in heaven, he's still the same guy. He still has the same strength, and he still has the same abilities to defend us. So it is never our battle at all. And we shouldn't allow it to seem that way. We shouldn't allow Satan to use us in those tedious, gossipy, very disturbing ways. Like, be strong and stand firm in God and his will and his way, and give him glory. Anything else, let it brush off. Don't worry about it. Like, we are in flesh, and people are going to be used against people all the time. As they say, the closer the person are to you, the more it's going to hurt. Like I said, this person was like okay, like, and like I said, a part of me, I hope I am wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I misread the situation. But this is something too. And I was having this conversation with someone, because I said, and maybe you guys can help me out. Maybe I'm immature in this matter. Because it could be what I just said. Like, are you guilty? Which, and I'm in a moment, even though me talking about, I'm like, I really won't thinking about nobody. So I don't know what to say about that. But, you know, if you're guilty, then things are going to be offensive to you, which I won't say I was necessarily offensive. I just raised my eyebrow like, like, what do we have here? But this is something I struggle with a lot, because stuff always ends up under my radar. And I end up looking like, okay, God, why did you allow me to see that at this given time? Because, mind you, Satan is a schemer, and his whole job is to kill, steal, and destroy. So, but God allows for things to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, God, you allow me to see this right after this. So what does that mean for me? Initially, I want to say, well, I'm supposed to be praying for this person. Like, okay, I'm just going to pray for him. Like, that's how I be thinking. But then your flesh kick in. You're like, hold up now. Like, who do they think they are? Or why do they even think they had to go about it in that way? But we all are in flesh, which brings me to my last point. Listen, y'all, nobody's perfect. So just as someone could be offensive or offending you, or indirectly being offensive to you, you can do the same thing to somebody else and be aware or unaware. Because I think subliminal messages has been a thing for a really, really long time. Or subtweet is what they call it on Twitter, when somebody says something and somebody says something under them. Like, I think celebrities has taken it to the next level, because people literally run from one Twitter account to the next. Like, this person posted this, and then people put 2 and 2 together, and 9 times out of 10 they're right. Which is the part that I struggle with, because I'm like, God, why would you even allow someone to see the piece that look like it matches this piece, you know, knowing it's going to cause the drama and the chaos. But then it's like, could it be just a test of maturity? Like, are you going to just turn the other cheek? Are you not going to allow it to ruin your day? Like, what part of us wants to fight so hard on our behalf, knowing who our God is? Like, even if it's true, so what? Let God handle it. But because we're in flesh, we tend not to do that. So what happens? Drama, chaos, fighting, disagreements, separations, loss of friendships, relationships. The list goes on and on and on. But we are salt and light, so we're supposed to be the difference. Don't let what could be ruin your life. Don't let what could be a possibility cause people to view God in a negative manner because you're calling yourself one of his children, but you're not acting like it. And that's one thing that I keep telling myself, and that has kept me this far, is like, look, if all other options and avenues fail being in this flesh, the very thing that I go to that kind of makes me say, all right, I do not want to shame God. I do not want people to view him in a negative light. I don't want people to view my father as someone who just isn't real, isn't true, and doesn't care and take care of his children. You know? So, Bella being a jerk out there. Y'all hear her? This is getting tight too. It's getting tight. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I come to. And that's what maybe I need to share with y'all, that, yo, people are going to mistreat you. And people are clever. People are really clever. And some people are open and exposed to Satan using them for these various situations and positions. But you have to be stronger than that. And like I said, if y'all hear nothing else I say, do it for God. Turn the other cheek for the sake of God. Like, be the difference. The world needs difference. Christians should not be involved in subliminal posts, subliminal messages, subliminal conversations or tweets or Instagram. We should not be involved in it at all. Like, be blameless in this area. Like, sometimes in the YouTube world, it's hard because it's like, okay, this person could have a very contrary view from me, and maybe I was already about to make this video, or this person sparked the interest for me to make the video, which I tell anybody, make sure the video idea is from God, please, because once you strike that match and light that fire, drama is a hard one to put out. So we have to be really, really careful, y'all. I know even myself, like I told y'all, that when it comes to like celebrity stuff and different famous known people, I felt like God said, no, not you. And this is not to throw shade or anything to anybody else, but I just truly felt like God said, I got something else for you. You need to do something else. And I'm like, okay, God, I'll leave that alone. Because it's so easy to hop on a trend or a fade, whatever you want to call it. It's so easy. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding weird, but my lips get tight right here. But it truly is easy to do bad. Doing good is hard because we're in flesh. Number one enemy, being influenced by the world. Second enemy, with Satan roaming around seeking whom he may devour. Our third enemy, because we have these three enemies fighting against us, we have to be stronger, wiser, but not by our own will and our own might, through God. Let God be the one to determine what's real and what isn't. And trust me, God shows and reveals things all the time. And sometimes it is for you to say, oh, okay, I need to leave this person alone. And then sometimes it's a testing of faith and endurance. Is this going to stop you? Is this going to make you go, whoa, I can't handle this guy? Think about that. Seek God in everything, including when people don't like you, including when people disagree with you. Seek the Lord, because the Bible tells you, we have enough scriptures to let us know, don't spend a lot of time in disagreements and discord. Don't waste your breath on foolish arguments and conversations. Like, there's plenty of scriptures that lead and guide us to do what's right and what's best for all. Because mind you, Like I said, if you need to go to point A, or you need to, after you don't went around everything else, come back to this. People are watching. And your life needs to give God glory. And that's what you say, what you do, and also what you respond to. But anyway, this thing, if y'all want to know how it does, you actually peel it off like this. Yay. It feels so good going on. It feels weird going off. But yeah, that's my 2 cents, y'all. I just want to sit down and have that chat with y'all. Y'all, please tell me what y'all think. If y'all have any tips or comments or ideas about how you handle situations and stuff like that with people offending you or indirectly offending you, especially like oftentimes people deal with this like with family, like in-laws or co-workers and stuff, like, you know, in situations where there's really no room to directly say or do stuff. So then you get a lot of indirect conversation, response, and mistreatment. Let me know how you handle it. Let's help everyone out in our family, our brothers and sisters in Christ. Let's help. Give me some biblical scriptures that you go to. Give us some kind words. Some like I said, experience is the best teacher. Well, God is the best teacher, but God uses experiences to teach us. So let us know in a comment. Talk to us. I hope this conversation gets really busy, because I do want to encourage and I want to learn. Like, this is something that I'm still struggling with. So y'all help me to help somebody else. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.